7 years ago, Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker was one of only 2 people to walk away from a fiery plane crash in South Carolina. He was soaked in jet fuel when the plane exploded.
Travis was burned over 65% of his body. He spent months in burn centers recovering, and the pain was so intense there were days he considered taking his own life. Travis is very candid about it all in his new memoir, Can I Say? Living Large, Cheating Death, and Drums, Drums, Drums. And he joins us this morning. It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to be seen. How you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing great.
Travis,
Awesome.
you say you haven't flown since. Is that true?
No, I haven't flown in like 8 years. I love it. It was something I never liked to begin with.
Yeah.
I
Really?
hated flying. Yeah, just never. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite way of transportation.
You've been very candid about this. This happened in 2008. It was in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Your friends died in the crash. DJ AM, Adam Goldstein, a dear friend of yours, and you walk out of this plane crash.
Yeah.
How did you survive?
I guess it was just survival's instinct, you know. I was on fire before I ever got out of the plane, so I did my best to get, to everybody in front of me, and I failed. I actually became more on fire. Like my arms caught fire, and then I went to my left. I woke up Adam, and then instinct told me to, I always sit by fire exits too, like. Even in the planes, emergency exits, I always sat next to, just because I was a weirdo and I hated flying. So I kicked open that emergency exit. I jumped out, but I jumped right into a jet, where actually all the fuel is. So I was like such in a hurry to get out, and I actually, doused my whole body in jet fuel.
Wow.
And then, yeah.
Your recovery was pretty grueling, and at some point you contemplated suicide. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the Grossman Burn Center right here in Los Angeles. First, I was in a burn center in Georgia. And yeah, I mean, I was like, I was also abusing drugs before the accident. So when I did get in the hospital, they couldn't get my meds right. I was waking up during surgeries. I think 11 out of 27 surgeries I woke up in. And, there was just, I was prone to infection, so I couldn't see anyone.
So you were addicted to drugs. In fact, Adam Goldstein eventually succumbed to a drug overdose.
Yeah.
I mean, things couldn't be worse for you. Somehow, through the help of your children, you turned things around. What was the turning point?
Yeah, I mean, when I got out of the hospital, I didn't take any drugs. I went from recreationally abusing drugs to coming out and refusing to take pain medicine. Spent a year afterwards with Adam, who was the only person that had survived a plane crash that we both knew, Yeah. So we were each other's, support system. And my kids, kept me positive, it was a constant reminder I've got to overcome what happened.
Travis, how has this experience changed you and who you are today?
I mean, it's hard to look back and say, what if it didn't happen? Because I only know me, the person who did go through this. And I mean, I overcame it, so I'm strong enough and I'm here. But obviously, I wish if I could take everything back, there would be 2 pilots that are still alive and, 3 of my best friends, but you can't really change that,
Well, you tour with other bands. You still tour with the Blink-182. I just wanted to bring up the fact that you became a drummer, tell me if this is true or not, because of Animal on the Muppet Show.
Yes, Animal is still one of my favorite drummers to this day.
I love it, really?
Not Ringo, but Animal.
No, I mean, when you're 4, I mean, I wasn't really seeing like the Beatles on TV every day. I was seeing Animal, and I was like, that was the only drummer I knew. So for years I tried to be like him, and actually a couple years ago I got to do like a drum duet, like battle or whatever on Jimmy Kimmel, and no one knew what that meant to me. It was like,
that's so sweet.
life goal right there.
Travis,
You want
thanks.
to tell people about the book?
Yeah, I got a book called Can I Say?
Living Large.
Living Large, Cheating Death, and Drums, Drums, Drums.
Yeah.
And it's available now?
Yeah, available now everywhere.
Yeah,
It's a great story.
It's a great story. You guys should pick it up.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for having me,
Coming
you guys.
by.
I appreciate it.